You are now listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Nerdy Podcast.
Welcome to Ride With Me, episode 43. Today is March 20, 2021. And today's guest, I have my buddy Ish on the podcast again.
Hey everybody, I'm back.
He's back. Last time I had Ish on the podcast, we talked about his parents having COVID.
Yeah.
So since I haven't talked to you in a while, how are your parents doing?
They're doing great. My dad, believe it or not, so he's down right in the beginning of COVID, right? I was telling you that he was like 9 days in ICU. I couldn't talk to him. He had fluid in the lungs. After that, thank God he was able to come back. He worked like 7 months and he made like over 80 grand of overtime. And he's an electrician, but he came back like
strong.
Nowhere. Like he worked like 7 months out of the year and he did his taxes. My brother was like, he made like 85,000. I was like, Jesus Christ, he was just working mad hours and he wants to retire, or I don't know, dude.
He came back with a vengeance.
Yes, he did.
Good for him, man. And
So, go ahead. Sorry.
and so now, I mean, that's good, dude. Electricians, you always need them, dude. Like,
Yeah.
we had somebody had to come over. Actually, my wife's aunt's husband, I guess.
Okay.
He had to come over and he had to adjust some stuff because it wouldn't pass. The city wouldn't pass certain things unless an electrician came out here. And I'm telling you, dude, I don't know how they do it. Even me, electrician, I don't mess with it, dude. Even switching these lights out, I'm afraid to do it.
He works like for like factories, so he moves big lines.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
So he like literally he has to check every single time. He told me one time he has some like help. So when you go and turn on the power and turn it off, you get a key. So you gotta always turn it off, turn it on. Make sure. This guy one time forgot. The other person thought it was turned off. He barely touched. I think it was like 50,000 watts. The good thing is he had the right equipment. But yeah, tool. He said as soon as he touched it, he got thrown out. That
Wow.
tool started melting, pure metal.
Wow.
It's that serious. It's
Yeah,
like,
no,
that
I
guy
don't-
almost died.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
yeah.
fuck with electricity.
So yeah, he works like maybe a couple stories high. You know, in the warehouse are. He's up there changing lines. So
Yeah.
I mean, my dad does some wild electrician.
When I was I don't know, maybe 17, I used to help this handyman, not Frank, because Frank, I worked with Frank a lot, but no, this guy, my mom known him. He's from the family for many, many years. And one day he asked, "Hey, I need an apprentice. Is Andres willing to come work with me?" And I was like, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm sure he would." I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. Let's go." I would go under houses. I would help him paint. I would help him change water heaters. The only reason why I know how to change a water heater is because him and Frank. And then, you know, we went to go. In fact, when we were in Oxnard last week, we drove by a house and I was like, "Oh, I put cabinets in that house."
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's on H Street right before you get to the like if you're going towards the the old Oxnard High School.
Yes, sir.
So I pointed out the house to the kids and I put the cabinets in there because of that guy, Don Juan. And so the day that I pretty much quit working with him was the day that he asked me. We were doing a remodel. We were doing something in the house in Santa Paula, and he asked me to climb on the roof and disconnect the cables that were coming from the light poles to the house. And I said, "Yeah, not happening. Not happening. I am not touching those cables." This guy, I get it. This guy's a heavy set guy. He's really big.
Yeah.
I don't know now, but he was really big back then. And I saw him struggle climb up the ladder, and I saw him struggle trying to sit down on the roof to unplug these cables.
That's gnarly.
And I think they were switching out the pipe or something. I don't know. He was installing a new ground. But anyways, I refused to do it. Yeah, that was the last time I went to go work with him.
Jesus. Yeah, man. You're like, go jump up there. No,
Yeah,
thank you.
no, I'm not doing that. I'm not touching that.
I heard death comes from those wires.
Yeah. So when my wife's aunt's, I say husband because he's been around for a minute. Husband came over. His name's Pete. If you're listening, hi Pete. And I was telling him that same story, and he's like, "Oh fuck no, nobody should ever touch those cables." I'm like, "Well,
no.
I didn't, and I'm still here." So
Yeah, that's wild, man. I saw my dad. You gotta be super cautious. I'm a little clumsy, so yeah, man. I think I helped him once or twice do some electricity, and I don't know when you take out the case, do the switches. My dumbass put the hand in there without the case, and it shocks you, dude. really bad. There's something on the side, and my dummy just, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
doing this.
no. I don't. Like I said, I don't mess with electricity. Other than that, how's your mom doing?
Oh, my mom's fine. She's living life.
Yeah.
She got sick, but didn't get as bad. So she's been fine. She took care of my dad the whole time. So she goes to Mexico this year, right? So she's over there. We come from a little ranchito, a ranch.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere. Working at kind of like Saticoy. So that kind of like small ass little
Saticoy is this little city in Oxnard in Ventura County that's really tiny.
like
It's
200 people.
yeah, probably even less than that because it's mainly fields.
Yeah, there you go.
So probably even less than that. But yeah, Saticoy is a really tiny city. You literally you drive by there when you're on the 118. Is it the 118?
118, yes.
Yeah, you going towards Moore Park. So
Yeah, 118. 126.
this is 118.
Oh, I forget.
The 126 is Santa Paula through Fillmore. The 118 takes you through Saticoy into Fillmore. I'm sorry, into Moore Park.
You're right. Yeah.
So, come on, man. I drove to Fillmore
man, I'm
every day for a whole year, bro.
I get lost when I drive all this way, dude. It's just like, where am I? Like, there's so many like cities behind the cities.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. It just seems like.
And yes, by the way, yeah, Ish is here in studio garage. Anyways, and then how's the family, man? Your little boys? I know
Oh man, so my child's epileptic, right? Started when he was 6 months. He's 3 years old now. It was the beginning of November, December. It's called drug name Flintepa. He just got approved. It's doing miracles, man. My kid hasn't been in the hospital like in 3 months. Seizure wise, very minimal. We're talking about every 2 weeks. I was like ending up in the ER.
That's right. He was having seizures like there's no tomorrow.
And when it first started, it was horrible. He was getting intubated and then sent back to children's hospitals. So that's just gnarly, man. Like he can literally start breathing, and they got to stick a tube down his throat. They did it so often, like he got like PTSD. Like he doesn't like people touching his mouth. He gets this weird sensation for harsh stuff. I don't know, dude. It messes with you. And
yeah, there's a lot of like, there's things that happen in your past that is the reason why you grow up hating certain things, and we'll touch on that right now because I heard you're doing counseling now. But before we jump into that, we'll continue talking about checking on your family, see how you guys are doing.
This new drug, amazing.
Yeah,
it's literally changed our lives. It's giving us a lot more time with him without being at the actual hospital. So now we're actually working on him because the thing with this condition is that when you go through a whole episode of seizure, it takes him a while to come back. Half of his body, he can't use it once he wakes up. So potty training, teach him how to eat, takes a back step sometimes just because he's trying to recover.
I think my in-laws have a neighbor that has seizures because I guess one day the kids were playing basketball and then all of a sudden, I guess one kid drops to the ground and they're like they're physically slapping him to kind of wake back up. And I was like, yeah, I don't think that works, but I mean that to each their own, right?
Yeah, I mean.
That's why
it's a crazy scene, man. Even though I've seen him for a couple of years, there's times I freak out.
Yeah.
Like when he's like talking or breathing. Sometimes if you catch him in the right angle, he starts making some weird like he got stuck in the middle. Like somehow, so the voice is just like loud and like it still sets you off. I mean, I've done it. I can do it with my eyes closed, literally give him his meds. But when I hear that some like weird noises, dude, they just sends you somewhere, man. It's just like. You just want to shake them out of it.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're trying to do. Like wake up, but you can't.
Yeah, it doesn't work there. That's something I tell the kids. You guys got to count your blessings, man, because you guys don't know how lucky you guys are. Like sometimes, even if it's just food and they want to throw it out, I'm like, you know how many kids? Yeah, how many kids in Africa don't know what rice is? Like, okay. You guys have heard this. You guys have heard me multiple times say that. But yeah, I tell them count your blessings. You guys don't know how lucky you guys have it sometimes. Like.
And that's true. We met a couple kids over there at the hospital. Man, one of the moms there, she says she spends like 9 months in the hospital. Like just how frequently kids has it. Her child was like 7, but the mental capacity of a 2-year-old because he's always under like always drugged.
Oh,
He
man.
never really gotten time to develop. So, and he gets to the point where she had to quit her job, and she says 2-3 months every single time it happens.
Wow.
And it's been going on there for years now.
How's your boy's mental? Like, it's
He's-
9.
He has a couple. Man, how can I say, man? He has a lot of triggers to a certain point. Like if it's too loud, he starts screaming, like yelling.
Yeah.
If he sees something upset, he starts hitting his head. It's a lot of the meds. A lot of the meds, believe it or not, they have side effects that mess with your emotions. So I see
That's
that with
why.
him.
That's why my wife hates drugs, dude. Like, she hates it. Like, I had
What can you do? It's
I
depressing.
know
Help
you
him
kind of
live.
need it. No, I
Help
know,
him
no.
have a normal life.
You know, like for example, with her, it's like she, sometimes certain people make fun of her weight. She doesn't want to be like that. It's just the fact that she has whatever condition she has. It's not allowing her to lose weight as fast as people want her to lose weight, and it pisses me off when they're getting on her because you guys don't even know what she's going through. I guess when she was young, she started getting like some kind of she had some kind of illness that happened, and the
Okay.
doctors are like, wait a minute, this shit only happens to older people. How are you at 12
Oh, wow.
already getting this? And so they started pumping her with steroids, and that's what helped her. It helped her kind of like
Yeah.
gain weight. So that's why she hates medication, dude. And like a few months ago, I had gout on my right hand, and she like, so it came back that a couple of days later they told me, the doctor said, hey, it's gout. And then my wife's like, well, what is it that's going to take it for him not to get it again?
Yeah.
And drugs, drugs. And I sent a
Yeah,
little,
you wanna follow drugs.
I sent a little emoji of a little like rainbow kid
Jacked up
flying on a medicine. She goes, you're fucking
Off
bad.
this mess, man.
I'm like, drugs. They should pal like with the freaking.
You got any more of those,
of that?
man?
Yeah. I mean, yes, but that's the reason why we have a doctor. She's right.
Yeah.
Medication. Yes, I had a tooth infection. I was taking painkillers
Nice.
and then the bottle says it can destroy your liver. Okay, that's why we have medicine. That's why we have a doctor. That's why we have a hospital down the street. Hey doc, can you run blood on my liver? Whatever you got to do, get it checked out. And you know what I mean? We have it. To go get it checked. Now, am I taking them? No, not anymore. My tooth's not hurting anymore.
Nice.
My hand, I'm not taking the drugs because it's not hurting me to that point where I need to take the drugs.
Okay.
It's right now. It feels fine. I feel it.
Nice.
I'll accidentally bump into the door and there it is. But it's not to the point where I need it.
I'm sorry, can you rephrase what's gout?
Gout?
I understand kind of what it is. Kinda
Dude,
like too much acid.
It's acids.
Yeah.
Something acid that it ends up and it gets stuck somewhere. I guess I'm gonna say that
Huh.
because at one point I had it on my right foot.
Oh, it moves?
I don't know, man.
Like just
I
develops in different
guess.
areas? Something like that?
I guess because years ago when we were at the other warehouse, I got it on my right foot and I missed like a week or two of work. This time, luckily on the hand, it was only like 3 days. But I wanted to go back the next day. The doctor's like, "Ni madres, you're taking 3 days off."
How does that feel?
This house is a prison. Huh? What happened?
It's been a year, huh?
It hurt like hell, dude.
Alright.
Like I'm just laying in bed and it's like, I think when I'm trying to sleep, that's when it hurts the most.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no, it's some kind of acid that develops. But it's funny because the doctor's like, well, you got to lose weight. But then she stops herself. She's like, well, based on your records, you've lost 40 pounds. I'm working on it, lady.
Well, check it out. The BMI, I did a little research on it. Guess who brought it up? They made that whole numbers up. Everything was fluff. That's why your BMI is so bad. Because back in the day, a lot of pharmaceutical companies sold weight loss pills.
Yeah.
So they jacked the system up. So that's why, like a guy, me and you, we're supposed to weigh like 175.
180. Yeah.
I weigh 250 pounds right now, man. I would literally have to cut off a lot.
Are you serious? I weigh less than you now?
Look at this, man. But I'm muscle, baby.
Well, you're all muscle, though. That's right.
I'm deadlifting 500 pounds right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and benching 300 something. Anyways, but yeah, man, trip on that. So this whole time he's just messing with you.
So they want me to be 180. I told the doctor, I feel comfortable at 220. That's where I want to be.
So-
I'm not going any less than
In
that.
other words, you will never be the BMI weight. There's no
No.
way, man. That's just genetics. There's so many factors,
Yeah.
Like you said, everybody's different.
If
know?
I drop to 140, 180, bro,
Jesus.
I'm gonna look like a freaking
Figure.
stick figure, dude. That's
Are you
it.
on drugs?
Because pinche cabeza's not
Yeah,
gonna shrink.
man.
My head's not gonna shrink, bro.
You're a big guy, and that's what you're meant to be.
So
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like you were meant to be. If you were meant to be small, you would have been small.
yeah,
That's why I think it. You know, my mom's like 5'2". My dad's 5'6". I'm 5'10".
yeah.
I was meant to be bigger than they are. So
Yeah.
For me to try to hold that, like I should be thin. For what? I'm a big ass man.
Yeah, no. So, no, like I said, like I said, I get frustrated, and again, it triggers.
Yeah.
I get frustrated when they're attacking her weight, but she doesn't want to be like that.
But yeah,
You
man.
know?
I mean, I'm sorry. I take Seroquel. That makes I can't lose weight either
Yeah,
because of those medications. I can, but that's why I work out so much because
Yeah.
I'm able to gain weight so quick. Like
it's funny. It's not funny. I always say it's funny, but it's not funny because
I-
one day I weighed myself, and I was like, hell yeah, 2 more pounds gone, and because at one point, I think I've said it already. At one point, I was 285.
yeah.
I was 285, bro, and I'm glad and happy to say that as of the last week, I was 243.
Nice, congratulations.
So.
I think a
you
lot of
know-
people gain weight during the corona though. Or the
Yeah.
COVID. It's just
I went the other way around, and I went the other way around.
Hey,
I took advantage of it.
that's hard.
And she's lost like 20 pounds too,
Nice.
but she gets stuck, and it's like, right now we're trying this program, and it's working for us.
Nice.
She goes on walks, and sometimes she gets frustrated because I'm like I said, I weighed myself, and I'm like, yeah, 2 pounds, and she kind of bit my head off. But I can't get mad at her because she's just frustrated because the whatever weight I lose, she finds it's like I can lose faster, and it's harder for her to lose.
Well,
One.
technically, she has more body fat than women. Technically, have
Well,
more
and
body
that's why-
fat.
that's why I
So
told
it's
her,
kinda
Mom.
like
That's
it's
why-
not. It's not a race between you and her because your body's different. So whatever works for you might not work for her.
And that's what I told her. I'm like, look, babe, you're actually going on walks.
Yeah.
I haven't gone on walks, so you're adding muscle.
Yeah.
Stop weighing
Yeah,
yourself.
that's true.
Stop weighing yourself.
That's how you feel.
And just check your waist or
Yeah.
measure your waist. And she was like, yeah, she gets it. So, like I said, that's sometimes, like I said, it bothers me when they kind of like attack her, and it's like she feels attacked, and it's like not even like
Come
that.
on. At this age, I mean, dude, I'm almost 40. I can't be calling people fat, this and that. I mean, I'm a role model to my kids.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's a goof around. I ain't gonna lie, but I mean, like you say, people's weight is their own thing. You don't know if their insecurities. Even if you know a person, what is it to you, pretty much. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, I just get upset.
No, again, and that's why our topic today will be about counseling, because because counseling helps us figure out. Like I've talked about triggers in the past.
Yeah.
I didn't go into details.
Okay.
So perfect example perfect timing that you came down here, so we can touch on those details
That's definitely,
and go deep into what triggers are, to where there maybe people can understand why I am the way I am, and why people can understand why you are the way you are. Like I said. But right now, we still haven't asked you. I haven't asked you. How have you been? We talked about your mom and dad, your family.
Yeah.
How are you been? You're working for a new company now.
Yep.
Don't say who you're working for.
Okay.
But you're selling wine now.
I work for the Rooster.
The Rooster.
Yeah, man.
Is it because the school's closed down? Because weren't you working at a school in Santa
I was
Barbara?
in schools, but to be honest with you, man, a lot of stuff happened. I mean, my child was the main thing.
Yeah.
He's 3 right now, so 2.5 years ago, that's when his first epilepsy happened. And it was just some weird funk I was in. I was taking this medication as well, man, that just made me not care.
Back to that fucking medication,
Oh,
dude.
man, what am I supposed to tell you, man? Like drugs, when you
It's
need
funny.
to, you need some, I
you
guess.
need drugs to not give a fuck. I don't need drugs. I don't give a fuck.
Oh man, see,
Sometimes.
that was crazy with me. The drugs made me not care, but
certain things can bother me when I feel like I'm being attacked. They do bother me, so I can't say I don't give a fuck. It's just it's funny because the other day I was watching a video, and it said that the people that say it is what it is are the people that are the most dangerous. Why? Because those are the people that have no problem allowing people to live their life.
I like that.
They don't care because they've been through so much shit that if a person comes into their lives and they feel that person no longer needs to be in their life, they have no problem saying it is what it is.
I respect that, man.
Deuces. I watched that video 20 times because I was thinking to it myself, holy shit, it's right. And in the beginning, I did tell my wife, babe, if you ever feel you need to leave, we need to break up.
Oh wow, like that.
You know, like this was before we got married. This is
like,
before.
whoa, man, you guys are married for a minute now.
No, this is before we got married. This is like in the beginning. I told her, if you ever feel that you need to leave, I am not gonna sit here and cry. The door is right there. You are more than welcome to leave.
Oh wow, okay.
And then I thought of it. So this was years ago. This was like 8 years ago.
Okay.
And when I watched this video, I thought about that shit. I was like, holy shit.
That's me.
That's me. You know, because I've been through so much shit. You've known stories that I've told you. People in my podcast have listened to my stories. They know that I've been through some shit. So if you, after this podcast, say, fuck you, Andy, I'm going to say, ¿sabes qué es? Ahí está la puerta. There's the door. It is what it is.
Hey, I respect that, man.
So
if I learn anything in life, dog, life's too short and life kind of sucks at times. So why would you keep people around? So I can kind of see that, you know, and you've got so many trials, man.
Yeah.
It's like, for somebody to bring out like child, I mean, after this with my kid, it changes you.
So, no, go ahead.
So it changes you. You see life different. And this, I think it's because life means more to you now.
Yeah.
Because of the things, the trials. That's what they say, the trials.
Yeah.
I don't think you take life for granted. You have to work your ass up.
Like and we freaking jumped off.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. But no, we hit a point. Like we hit a spot where we're talking about it. Example: a couple weeks ago, you know, I saw a Instagram photo of my daughter on Instagram that I wasn't okay with that.
Ooh.
So I did the next best thing and hit follow, and within minutes, that photo was taken off. Right. So I sent her a screenshot and I was like, hey, before I followed, after I followed. And she said, what's your problem? That's the way I took it. Like, what the hell is my problem, right? So I'm all right, cool. 1 week goes by. 2 weeks goes by. 3 weeks goes by. I finally call her. I'm like, hey, if you're mad at me, be mad at me. That's fine. It is what it is.
This guy.
But.
That's your daughter, though.
But.
Okay.
But if that's why I like when someone's in the studio, bro. I can cállate. No. But if you're mad at me, don't take it out on mom.
Ooh.
And don't take it on your brothers.
That's not good.
If they text you, you are to respond to them.
Very true.
If I text you, you can tell me to fuck off. The day that you left, I sat in this garage and I cried.
Damn.
And I cried and I cried. That was the last day that I will cry for you. I am not the parent to be over there and be like, ay, my mija, why don't you come visit me? I love you so. That is not the father you're going to get. Because you chose to leave. So, it is what it is. And if you have a problem with me, don't take it out on the rest of the people that live here. Because unlike me, I love you, but mom misses you.
Dang.
See the difference?
I see the difference.
My wife misses her because every time my wife texts her, she tells me, I text Layla like at 7 a.m. And what happened? She never responded. It's like 5 p.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard you.
So, please, if mom texts you, I love you, but she misses you.
Yeah.
And okay, and no joke, dude, I'm on the phone with her. I talked to my daughter for about maybe 10 minutes on the phone, and while I'm talking to her, I get text messages. Guess who texts me?
So it works. The method works.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I'm on the phone with her right now.
Yeah.
She was like,
man. But that's what it is, though. You're the man of the house. You're the one that has to kind of maneuver this.
Yep.
Kind of give it direction, and that's your role that you do. And I can see that you got to be sometimes. I don't want to say hard, but
it's that tough love, dude.
Exactly, man. It's like, you know, if you babysit her, it's not gonna get better.
Yeah.
You know, and you kind of showing her like really strong ethics where if you let her know you don't like it, you're gonna let her know.
Yeah.
But because I hope so that she learns that and uses that in her life. You know, and also talk to you. I mean, this is the way you maneuver and everything, man. I'm very strong household.
I just don't, like I said, I just don't feel that I need to beg her because I'm the dad.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna beg her because at the end of the day, I always say this is the one thing that I learned in life a long time ago. I learned you'll need me more than I need you.
Very true.
So she'll need me. She wants an Invisalign. Guess who has to pay for them?
Dang. You?
Guess who's under? She's under my insurance.
Oh, man.
So, you
She
know,
has no choice.
she has no choice.
Welcome to real life.
I've always said that. I've always said that about my baby's mom. Like, hey, you're gonna need me more than I need you. And when I got custody of the kids and like just everything, okay. Now she's like, hey, can I? Oh, wait, what? Can you what? What do you need?
Oh.
What do you need?
Oh, excuse me. Speak to the mic.
And we're cool now. I mean, we're
All
cool
right,
now.
all
We're
right,
cool
yeah,
now.
yeah. You
I don't
know
think
how
she
it goes.
listens, but
Up and down.
we're cool now. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, now you have to call me to schedule a visit with your kids.
Dang.
You need me. No, and it's like that with friends and stuff. I always see it that way. I know sometimes, I got a friend, Roger, that, he gets, and I get it, bro. It's just like, he had a conversation with me one day and it's like, dude, you're fucking heartless, man. Like, you don't even, like, call no more. It's like, whatever. It's like, you act like you don't give a shit. I love my boy. I love my boy. I love my boy. And it's like, to me, it's like, if we have a disagreement, we're not gonna touch on it. It's over with.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, hey, I haven't hit you up because you got mad about this or about that. And I'm only using it as an example.
Yeah.
That's
I
I'm
heard
using
that.
it. But this
Come
like,
on.
okay, boom. My brother Alex.
Mhm.
We lived in the same apartment.
Okay.
I've known him our entire lives.
You better know.
Right? He stopped talking to me. And I moved out of the apartment. He stopped talking to me. We're talking years ago, man. I got custody of the kids in 2013. So 2013, it is now 2021. I've sent him text messages to for his birthday. I've congratulated him for being a new dad. I've sent him a, hey, what's up? Text message. One day, again, I was sitting in my room and I was crying.
Dang.
I was letting it out. My daughter comes into the room. Dad, are you really crying? Mija, let me cry it out. Because this is the last time that I'm going to cry for him.
Nice.
So let me cry it out right now.
Hear that?
Because after I'm done crying with this, after I'm done crying, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I spoke with my other brother who lived with him last weekend when we went to Oxnard. It just came up, man. Just talking about, hey, how's Alex doing? I don't know. He doesn't talk to me also.
Jesus.
I'm like, what? He holds on to a grudge that happened years ago and he won't let it go. Like, I still don't, like I told him, I don't even know what I did to him. He goes, it's like, I don't know. He came over to visit mom the other day. He brought his daughter to meet his grandma.
You guys tried the gloves.
And, right? And he brought the glove. He brought the gloves. Now you got me confused, cabrón. He brought his daughter over to say hi and he didn't even say hi to me.
Jesus.
So
I have a brother like that.
it is what it is, man.
I heard you, man. He lives in Oxnard with me, and not with me, but down
Yeah.
the street. I don't know, man. Like sometimes, I don't know. It's because we're the older brothers and we've seen the most.
Yeah.
But they, like you say, they hold a grudge, or they said I said something when I was drinking. I mean, I'm gonna say some, but obviously that's not an excuse. But like you said, I didn't talk to you for like a year and a half. Until my mom called me like, hey, your brother's mad at you. But me being the older brother, I got a call. And I was drunk. Let's be honest, I messed up. But it wasn't to the point where we're going to stop talking. I mean, it wasn't like, hey, man, I'm going to kill you or like, F you.
Yeah.
No, man, it was like probably like something dumb,
And that's what I was telling. And that's what I was telling my brother Ricky. I was talking to him, Ricky Wedo, my brother Wedo. That's what I was telling him. It's like, you know what? It's sad that he's missing out.
Yeah.
Because I had beef with my youngest brother Angel. Why? Because he slept with the mother of my children. I was able to squash that with him.
That's tough.
That's been
Right
squashed.
Right on.
My wife helps me,
Power
dude.
to you.
My wife can tell me something and I'm like, I don't agree with them. I'm, fuck that shit. Fuck that. No, I don't want the baby's mom here for Mother's Day. Fuck all that. No, we're not inviting her over here. An hour later, hey, so would you like to come have
This guy. Hell over my dead body.
Because my wife is right, bro.
Yeah,
She's right. It's all about peace, and she's the one that kind of like
That's called maturity.
both
I
my
like
brother.
that.
Yeah, both my brother Wedo and my wife was like, kind of, hey, this needs to be squashed. And like I told him, like I told my brother Angel, if I can sit here and have a full-on conversation with the mother of my kids, who's just the mother of my kids, then I should be able to do the same thing with someone who's my blood.
That's true.
And
But at the same time, you can't force them, man.
no. No. We talked it out, bro.
Oh, did you?
Oh, fuck
Oh,
yeah.
right
He
on.
talked it out. We fucking shook hands. We hugged it out. And now we fucking play Call of Duty almost every day.
Oh, right on.
He was there visiting my mom's house that day,
Okay.
that weekend. And we're just bullshitting, bought pizza. They're playing freaking Dragon Ball Z Monopoly. And
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Never
dude,
heard
everything's
that one.
cool.
I'll try it.
And that's what I was telling my brother Wedo. It's like, Alex is missing out.
Yeah.
He's missing out because he wants to say that I am a lot like my mother and don't want to give me that benefit of the doubt. Doesn't understand, which we're going to get into it,
Yeah.
that I went to counseling.
Yep.
And I figured what my triggers were.
Yep.
And I tried to and I'm changing. And that's why I
takes
think
time, man. It
I
takes
feel
time.
like I do that all the time. The other day I was getting upset and I told my wife, not right now, babe. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
After I realized what I was doing wrong, I checked myself and I didn't apologize because I didn't do anything wrong. I don't apologize if I don't do anything wrong, but I'll catch myself and I'll be like, she wanted me to address something with my son, and she came at the wrong timing. But then as I'm making dinner or breakfast, whatever I was doing, I thought about it and she was right. If I was going to eliminate all electronics from my daughter when she had F's, now that Jojo has a lower grade, it's only fair that I do the same. At the moment, I didn't want to hear it, but boom, I owned up to it, and I'm like, okay, mijo, so because your grade is low during the week, you are not allowed to play your Switch.
Yeah.
And he was like, but we did it to Layla when Layla had bad grades, so it's only fair that I do it to you now. And he was like, okay, Dad, you're right. And he didn't lose his cool or nothing like that.
Wow.
So he took it. Again, he took it, but. So you're working for a wine company now.
Yes, sir.
You stopped working at the school because of your son,
Yeah.
and we pretty much got into a different topic. But now let's talk about counseling.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Counseling. I know I talked about triggers. Again, I said it earlier on a different podcast, but I didn't get into details. And I never had anybody that's willing that's been here to tell me that counseling works. Because to everybody else that doesn't believe in counseling, it's like counseling's for crazy people. No, or counseling, or because Layla didn't want to go to counseling because her mother told her that counseling was for the crazies. No, that's not what it's for.
The meds I take is for the crazies.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, no, I want to touch on triggers because that's what, like I said, I want to get into it because it like I said, maybe certain people. Okay, why? Because I went on a COVID rant. Okay. And after that COVID rant, I was accused of bashing a certain group of individuals.
What? Not you,
right?
Man. You keep it classy in this.
Okay. I was venting.
Okay.
I was venting because
First Amendment.
if I don't vent, I'm gonna blow up on these
that.
individuals.
And communication is the way.
So I have my podcast that I use as therapy. It works. I went on a COVID rant.
Okay.
And the moment I said family gatherings, it's like,
those are horrible. Let's be honest.
We are not supposed to have these.
Because people get sick.
I don't want this and I don't want that, blah, blah, blah. So I was accused of disrespecting a certain group of individuals.
What, did you call their names?
I didn't.
Person?
No.
Did you?
No. So that's why I want to say thank you because they got me a download on my podcast.
Nice.
They listen. So
even the haters, thank you, haters.
Thank you. I appreciate the download. But now let's get into triggers so that people maybe understand a little bit better of why I am the way I am and why is Ish the way Ish is. So,
because we're all unique and different.
Exactly.
And we try to communicate to other people.
Exactly.
While we're feeling.
So, the other day I decided, it's funny, I'm telling you, I've been waiting for someone to come on the podcast and talk about counseling.
Hey, it works, man.
It
does.
So this is what I did.
All those people are not just there sitting around and thumbing their fingers and asking,
No.
how's it going?
No.
They're actually out there helping you. Actually trying to be a mediator in the middle.
I have a screenshot.
Oh, man.
What are mental triggers?
Oh, there's a lot, man.
Now, let me see if I can read this all right without sounding like an illiterate bastard. In mental health terms, a trigger refers to something that affects your emotional state, often scientifically. I think I said that wrong. Scientifically,
close enough.
by causing extreme overwhelm or distress. A trigger affects your ability to remain present in the moment. It may bring us specific tough patterns or influence in your behavior. I think I read that wrong. Patterns or influence your behavior. A specific thought, patterns or influence your behavior. So pretty much you lose your shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
You pretty much lose your shit.
And this is hard for me to believe that you don't lose your shit that often. You're a very
I've been
composed
trying.
person.
I've been working on controlling my triggers.
Yeah, yeah.
So when we're running, so when I was going to counseling,
Yeah.
the counselor
Guy or
sat
girl?
down. It was a guy,
Nice.
Tom Prince,
Okay.
cool guy. He retired. I still own some of his books. I bought some of his books.
Oh, shit. Yeah, book.
He had books,
Oh, snap.
and he retired a few years ago. And I wish that he didn't, but I wouldn't be able to drive to Ventura once a month during the week.
Huh.
He didn't work weekends, so trust me, if I could, I would find him and bring him out of retirement. So he sat down with me and he talked to me, and it's because what happened was my wife, before we got married, told me, go see a counselor. You need to see a counselor. You need to
Okay.
see a counselor. So she already pushed the idea,
All right.
right? And I'm like, fuck that shit. No, I'm not. No,
Crazies.
woman, it's either you or you get the hell out of here.
Oh, damn.
You're right. No, just messing around. Just messing around, people. Just messing around. When I went and saw my lawyer to hire her to get custody of the kids, so I was telling her, I see a similar pattern on how my kids are being raised to how I was being raised.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So she said, I will take your case in one condition. Yes, ma'am. Go see a counselor. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going.
My wife looked at me like, are you fucking serious?
It took
Are you fucking serious?
somebody else.
I'm like, look, babe, you've been asking me for free. I actually pay this lady now.
That's what it is? Oh, man.
So I went to go see it, and she recommended this counselor. She
Okay.
recommended this counselor, and I went to see him, and luckily I had already insurance, so the insurance covered it off. I think my co-pays were also $30. Not a big deal. Plus, he let me pay in payments if I couldn't afford it, because I had
Nice.
now the lawyer fee to pay. So
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
was cool. Luckily, I don't owe him anything, so he was cool. Went to his book signing one day in Ventura, out of the way. He hit me up. Yes, sir. We'll be right there. So I would go see him on a regular basis. It was just me, and he got to know me. And then one day he asked my wife to come over, and she told, because she wanted him to come over because it was kind of like a group thing, so that before we got married. And she told him. He asked her, "Are you sure you want to marry this guy?" Pretty much. She was. Trust me, my counselor wasn't the only one that told her that. The kids counselor told her to run away.
Oh, man.
The kids counselor told her to run
Come on,
away.
bro.
Pretty much.
You're a great guy, though, man. Come on.
So yeah, but I was an asshole. I still am.
Hey, you're a man.
And so this guy tells her, like, if you're gonna marry this man, he has a lot of triggers.
Oh, yeah.
So you need to be patient, is what she told him. Again, mental triggers.
Well, it's real.
It's real. So, okay. I mean, she understood. She got it. We still said I do. You were there at the wedding.
I was there.
And at both of them. And so when he was getting to know me, he figured out that my triggers mainly come from the way I was being raised, the way I was raised.
I heard that.
So let's start with something so simple and stupid: running late. If Ish says he's gonna be here at 5:00, Ish better be here at 5:00, because I'm gonna be like, what the fuck, dude? It's already 5:01.
Oh, yeah, man. It's like the way I see you making your time, so I guess.
No, but I'm using you as an example as
Yeah.
you're here. But us, for example, if we say we need to be, because last weekend we went over to visit Scotty,
Yeah, I saw that.
and I told her, and I tell everybody, we are scheduled to be there at 11:30.
Uh-huh.
So we're looking already at the GPS, and the GPS says your destination is 11:20. Cool, we're fine.
All right.
If something happens on the freeway that I don't know about,
Which usually happens.
and all of a sudden that thing goes from 7:20 to 11:20 to 11:45, I'm shitting. Let's go. What the
Damn.
fuck? Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. We're running late. And it it's like, it's just a fucking trigger
I heard that.
that I have to learn to control. So we were going to go somewhere like a different weekend, a couple weekends ago, and I
What do
caught
you
my.
think is behind that?
I'll get there.
Okay.
And I'm learning to control those triggers, because one day, the wife, I think it was just the wife and I, and we were going to go somewhere. And then I said, don't worry about it, babe. Take your time.
Okay.
Take your time. We'll get there when we get there. If I don't put a time,
Oh, man.
if I don't put a timestamp,
Yeah.
we need to be here at this time, If I don't put a timestamp, then I won't stress.
Okay.
All right, babe, don't worry about it. We'll leave when we leave. We'll get there when we get there. And so when my counselor was asking me about why it is that I freak out about that,
Who wasn't reliable?
it goes back to mom.
Mm.
It goes back to how I was raised. It goes back to the fact that she was always running late.
Yeah.
Always running late. Again, not her fault. It's just the way it is.
Well, that adds pressure to you.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I hate running late. And we're always, anybody will ask you, we're always the first ones there. At family gatherings, we're the first ones there.
If you're not first, you're last.
I mean, if you're not first, you're last. It's fucking Lombardi time. We got to the cemetery on last weekend at 11, I think it was like 11:15.
Okay.
We got there early. And, a couple of the guys showed up. Forrest, Adam, Evan showed up.
Nice.
And,
What's up, Evan?
and they got there, and I'm like, don't trip, guys. I mean, I was already here since 11:15. Don't, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And, all right, cool. So it goes, again, the trigger goes back to my mom.
Yeah.
Basically, because she was always running late for everything. So I hate running late. My boss physically told me last week when he gave me my review,
Yeah.
he told me, Andres, you're a punctual kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
You clock in every day at 6. You clock out every day at 2:30 or 3 or 3:30. We don't want robots. You don't have to be a robot. I'm like, that's just, yeah. I'm like, that's just who I am. That's
Did
just,
you join the Marines? Or
right?
Huh.
That's just me. I
Okay.
don't like to be late. I like to be on time. And that's how I am. He goes, no. I get it. But I'm telling you, you don't have to feel that way. You don't have to be, you're not a robot. I'm like, okay, no. I completely understand.
Yeah.
Freaking every day I still clock out at 2:30, 3:30, whatever.
At 6:30. What?
Yeah, no, I hate it. Even when it's like, oh, no, I'm not going to clock in at 6:01. I'm going to have to clock in at 6:30 now. I don't know.
Like that?
Like that, bro.
Jesus.
Just like that. Or you know what? No, I lied. 6:15,
there you go.
6:45, like on the fight. Yeah. So there's that. I hate running late. I hate running late. Then we go to the events where I hate it when people raise their voice at other people.
Yeah.
I hate it. And no offense, but that's why I don't like going to your house.
Okay.
But you're going to counseling, so we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
I mean,
I don't like going to your house because sometimes, it's kind of uncomfortable because your wife starts to yell at you.
yeah.
Or used to.
I deserved it.
But-
we'll talk about that
But
later.
we have visitors. You have visitors, so
Yeah.
it makes me uncomfortable, and it's like it's a trigger. But it pisses me off more when somebody does it to like a mom or a sister or a kid. Or when
I'm
I
a
see
punching bag, so it's okay.
when I see people yelling, I'm not perfect.
I know, man.
I know I'll snap at my kids, and I know I'll rip them a new one. But when I see people yelling at their kids in public, it's like I'm like scratching myself. I'm
There's a time and
I'm
place for
I'm
that.
fucking scratching my chest
Yeah.
already. Like I'm like fucking getting like I need a shower now because I'm
Damn.
I'm getting pissed off. I'm getting pissed off. I don't like that.
Triggering you.
I don't like that. Again, so like I said, when someone yells at their mom and somebody yells at their siblings or whatever, it pisses me off. And then we go back to my counselors asking me why. Why does that piss you off? Well, because I always witnessed my mom getting her ass beat.
Yeah.
She was always in an abusive relationship. She was always with somebody that used to hit her. Until one day I finally grew the fuck up, jumped over a couch and beat the shit out of the guy
Right on.
that was about to fucking hit her.
I
That was the last time. I don't know what year. I don't know what day it was. I just remember it was around either in 1999 or 2000 where I fucking jumped over this couch and fucking beat the shit out of this guy. Enough. I've witnessed enough.
Yeah, I heard that.
So, and there was after that there was a couple. The next boyfriend fucking boom, lights out, motherfucker. I
Yeah.
popped him on the side of the face
That sucks.
because he was getting crazy. Boom. Am I proud of that? No, but it's a fucking trigger. I don't like it.
I heard that.
It's a trigger. Am I perfect? No. Have I probably snapped at my wife? Yes. But it is a fucking trigger that I am trying to adjust. I don't like it.
I bet you don't.
Again, why should I have to, like I told my wife one day, why do I have to explain myself to people? If I don't like it, I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, that's not your cup of tea.
I don't have to explain
You
it.
don't. No.
You know, so there's that trigger. Then, I don't know. I don't know what year. I don't know what day it was. I just remember it was around either in 1999 or 2000 where I fucking jumped over this couch and fucking beat the shit out of this guy. And that was the last time. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know what year. I don't know what day it was. I just remember it was around either in 1999 or 2000 where I fucking jumped over this couch and fucking beat the shit out of this guy. Oh,
Go for it, man.
one day I came home and I'm like, babe, where are the oranges? And she's like, well, they were too expensive. I'm like, wait a minute. You're telling me you didn't buy oranges because they were too expensive? Well, they were like $1 something more or whatever. Okay. I bust my ass at work. I never want to hear that an orange is too expensive.
Yeah.
Ever.
Damn.
Again.
Oh, I like that.
I've always had oranges. All right. Doesn't matter what the fucking price
Bring
is.
'em.
In fact, I like the expensive ones.
Gee, the good
So,
one.
what do you call it? Again, why? We go back to that. So, no, another thing. I don't like it when people tell me or tell us or suggest to us how we should spend our money. So, if
Because other people should know how to spend your money, right?
okay. So I have a cheat on the wall.
Okay.
Right? It's a monthly bill cheat, and it tells me shit, piece of paper. It's a freaking paper. It's a freaking paper that I made on Word Excel.
Are you good with that, huh?
And my wife showed me how to do that.
Nice.
And if it wasn't for my wife,
Yeah.
I'd still be wiping my ass with a rock.
Jesus.
So
Leaves.
So that sheet, that paper, that spreadsheet, there we go, tells me what bills need to get paid with what check. Now,
Okay.
if every check was on the 15th, the 1st, the 15th, and 30th, then it'd be easy to make.
Yeah.
But the Fridays don't land on the same day, so I have to adjust them every 3 months.
Okay.
So if my bills are paid, if the rent is paid, if the bill, the water, the trash, everything is paid, no one should tell me what I should do with the remainder balance as long as my bills are paid. So if my daughter came to town and I bought her, we went and spoiled her, we went to McDonald's, or we went to Red Robin because that's where she likes
Nice.
to
I
go,
like those.
or sushi or whatever. What I do with my money is no one's freaking business, right? Especially
How old are you?
they're going to be 39 this year. Ish. Especially when I'm buying food. It's
They getting mad for food?
food. It's food. Why? Why does that bother me? Why is it a trigger?
Yeah.
Because
I'm getting true.
when we were fucking kids,
There's never food.
we had to figure out what to eat.
Yeah, I heard
One
that.
time my mom went missing. I'm not trying to put her on blast, but this is what helps me. She took off.
Yeah.
I learned how to make rice
Damn.
out of the blue because there was no food in the house. No food.
Jesus.
She comes back that night. She comes back finally and she shows us pictures. And I'm like, wait a minute. So we're home starving while you're at fucking Universal Studios?
Oh,
How does that fucking make sense?
Jesus Christ.
Again, I'm trying to bash her.
No,
You know,
man.
and we're cool, you know.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I shouldn't have to explain to people why certain things bother me.
Yeah.
This man managed to find all those triggers. The counseling fucking works.
Oh, it does.
I don't want people to say counselings are bad or bashing the counselors or fucking, you know.
It's like anything. Like,
Guess what?
If you don't put the time in,
Counselors' lives matter too, bro.
Yeah.
They are there. This guy will make us write shit down on a piece of paper and he will score us and he will tell us, well, boom, this. He even told Letty, you have triggers too. And they go back to how you were raised.
Yeah.
You know, and then certain individuals like, well, bullshit, I want to talk to your counselor. No, why? It's none of your business.
It's not.
This is what the study shows. This is what this man got paid to figure out. He figured out that certain things bother my wife because of the way she was raised as well.
Very true.
You know? So counseling works. Those are just 3 triggers. Dude, I have more.
Dude.
Oh, one more.
Go for it.
One
Go
more.
for it.
One more. No, probably 2 more.
2 more.
So
Man,
one day,
list.
one day, Nick was making, I think he was making, I fucking forget, macaroni and cheese.
Nice.
Nick
Mac
was
and
making
cheese.
macaroni and cheese. And I fucking got home from work and I'm seeing my son in the kitchen making fucking macaroni and cheese. And I fucking snapped at my wife. See, I do snap. This is a while back. This is a long time ago. And I fucking snapped at her. Why the fuck is
Damn.
Nick in the kitchen making fucking mac and cheese? Are you fucking serious?
Damn.
Where my son in tears
Oh,
was like,
shit.
Dad, I wanted to make macaroni and cheese. I wanted to make it. I felt like the biggest douchebag in the world. Why? Why did I get mad about him making macaroni and cheese? Why the fuck did I just tell you about the fucking rice?
Yeah,
I had to learn to cook at a young age.
I heard that, man.
You know, back to the Nick. No, I don't think it was Nick. I think it was Layla this time. No, not bashing anybody, but my comadre was staying with us.
Okay.
They were living and we were renting them a room because they had nowhere to go. And Layla decided to change the baby's diaper, and I fucking lost it again.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, are you fucking serious? Why is Layla changing that diaper? It is not her fault. It is not her responsibility. It is not her fucking child. She shouldn't be changing that diaper. Again, felt like a douchebag because Layla's like, I wanted to, but you're not going to. Why? Because I've been changing diapers since I was 5 years old.
Damn. All right.
You know,
I hear you.
I've done my time. And not only did I change my siblings' diapers until 2003, then I changed my own kids' freaking diapers from 2004 and on. I've done,
You're the oldest, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I've changed diapers for pretty much 20 years.
That's why I didn't have kids until I was like 30 something.
There you go. You get
I
that
got traumatized.
nice little gap,
Oh,
right?
I'm the oldest of 5.
So there's another trigger. I have a lot of triggers.
Yeah. But you're a
It-
cool guy, but you know what I mean?
But it's
We all got
it's like
things we got to work
people don't know what goes inside. You know,
on. They don't
like
see the struggle.
they don't
that
see-
you
so-
come through.
they don't see the struggle. I shouldn't have to explain it.
You should.
You know, and it's like, so when I hear, oh, somebody got offended because you were bashing a certain individual, I'm like, are you know what? No, you know what? If what I said bothered you,
Yeah.
then I was talking about you.
I like that. Straightforward. Then.
There we go.
Yeah.
If that's the case,
Hey, might as well say that.
if that's the case, then if I was talking about you, if you felt offended,
Did you say the person's name?
no, but if they got offended,
did you describe the person?
no. No.
So how the hell do they know?
If they got offended,
Okay. Well,
I was talking about them.
I'm glad.
So, you know, that's why, like I said, certain things bother me, dude. Like, it's
Yeah,
like,
man, let it out. We got the First Amendment.
like, oh, you know, Andres doesn't want to come around, doesn't want to leave, you know.
a lot of people during the COVID have done that. I haven't.
Okay.
I see my family 5 times last year.
Again, I think I said only one more freaking trigger. No, I have one more. Again, oh, you know, Andres doesn't want to do this, Andres doesn't want to do that. Blah, 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 blah. He just wants to stay home. Okay, so let's go back to when I was a child.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to the store. Andres, you want to come? No, I would get my ass ripped because I said no.
Dang.
All right, let's go. We're gonna go to so and so's house. Okay, real quick. Okay. We would be out on the street all fucking day
Damn.
and accomplish nothing. Accomplish nothing.
Jesus.
Because we went from this comadre's house to this comadre's house to this comadre's house to that comadre's house. We accomplished nothing-ish. So now as a grown-ass man, if I choose not to go somewhere, I shouldn't have to go somewhere.
Shouldn't.
I shouldn't. Would you rather me stay home and not see my dirty looks? Or would you rather me attend this event so you can see my dirty looks? Because that's what you're going to get.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, do you go from time to time? Just, I mean, do they respect when you
Lately,
say no?
lately I've been 2 for 2.
Okay.
So,
okay.
but like I'm saying, it's like, you know, I shouldn't have to explain myself.
How old are you again?
Gonna be 39 this year.
I was trying to tell you.
I shouldn't have to explain
sorry, man. I'm
myself.
just-
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, but I shouldn't have to explain myself.
Sure.
You know, if I don't like this, just know that I don't like it. Don't do it again.
Yeah.
If I don't like this, there's certain. It's funny because I told my wife the other day, like, you know what? It's fun. It's like there's a certain individual that voices his opinion, but when he talks to me, no. There's a certain individual that the way he talks to me sometimes makes me feel stupid. The way he talks to me, right?
Not cool,
Like he's smarter than me. Oh man,
So what if you're smart?
right?
Freak.
Like just, you know, I
fuck
was even called incompetent once, and I had to Google the fucking word.
Man, I would have socked that.
Like I had to
face.
Google the word. I'm like, what the fuck does this mean? Oh, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, man.
You call me incompetent in front of my kids? Wow. Again, didn't go beat his ass. I kept my cool. I stayed home. Whatever. I don't like to be around certain individuals.
Why you want to be triggered? And then bad time. That just doesn't make sense.
So I've been called an idiot. I've been called this. I hate the word stupid. Oh, I ask my kids. I hate the word stupid. why am I gonna allow myself to be insulted as an adult?
Shouldn't.
Okay, I was assaulted as a child as much as I could. I shouldn't have to explain myself to certain people. I shouldn't have to.
Because people don't put themselves in other people's shoes.
They don't put themselves in people's shoes. Like
They
I said,
assume the world revolves on them.
I talk to a certain individual, and I feel like I'm being talked down to. So it's like, what the fuck? Why should I have to be around?
You shouldn't,
I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to. But
And then also, you're from the hood, dog. You know how that goes down sometimes. At the hood, somebody told you something, you had to do something on the spot. So for you to be able to take it like that, you didn't grow up like that.
No.
You grew up with like
and
on
I
site.
and I fucking said that, and I
On
fucking
site,
said
man.
that, and I fucking said, Ish, you fucking reminded me, and I fucking said that one
Yeah.
day. I'm like, you have no idea how much it's killing me inside to be this cool. It is eating me
Oh, I bet,
alive
man.
to
I
be
bet.
this cool, because if we were in Oxnard, this would be a different this would be a different conversation.
Yeah.
We would be having a different conversation.
Why'd you hit him? What did he say?
Right? I remember
How many times?
I remember one time I fucking hit someone, and while they are laying on the fucking stretcher, they asked them, "What did you do to Andres?"
Damn.
I'm being handcuffed and I'm on my way to jail.
What did you do? He was so mad, man.
I'm on my way to jail. And they asked that individual,
What did you do? You're dumb,
"What
man.
did you do to Andres?"
You fucked up.
So,
That's what you did.
again, I just know that I have so much more to lose now
Definitely,
because
man.
of the
Definitely.
kids.
Yeah.
And when I see Nick kind of lose his cool, I remind him.
And you're not
This
the
is-
same, man. You grown up. We've gone through so much. It's
Yeah.
like, it's not even your time.
So we go back to the whole, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So no, like I was saying earlier, I completely lost track. Like I told my wife, there's a certain individual that I wouldn't want around. I don't want to be around that person.
I
if
understand
it wasn't for how well and how much he loves my kids,
yeah.
that individual wouldn't be around us at all. Because I see the way this individual talks to my son. If it wasn't for the fact that he treated my boys that well,
Nice.
and obviously I said he, so now people know it's a guy.
You kept saying him.
I did. If it wasn't for that fact and how he treats the
Yeah.
kids, bro,
Yeah.
he wouldn't be.
I bet. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just like, because that's what I want. I want my kids to be treated with respect.
Definitely, man.
Because, like I said one day, these kids are my kids.
Yeah.
And they when you disrespect them, you're disrespecting me.
Yeah.
So if you don't want me to get involved, then don't disrespect them,
yeah.
because then I have to get involved.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely.
So again, it all goes back to triggers.
Yeah.
Now I've gone on a fucking 30-minute rant on triggers, but it is what it is.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
How has counseling helped you?
To be honest with you, it lets you explore into yourself, and also let's get. I'm going to marriage counseling, with the child. A lot of things I used to do. It gets into a certain situation where sometimes you kind of start drifting away from your partner. For us, it was getting to a point where we almost got divorced. So that was our last draw, like our last shot. I mean, this 2.5 years past has just been insane, man. With my child being epileptic and in and out of the hospital, you name it. I should drink a lot.
I know. Remember, she was mad one day because she asked you for food and you never showed up to
Yeah.
the hospital.
It was bad. Yeah, I'm not gonna say sugarcoated. I mean, yeah, we did a lot of stuff, and I might even picture it like it's not as bad, but everybody does their part.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of the thing in counseling. In counseling, you sit down, and a lot of it's just letting it out, man.
Yep.
Just letting it out. I like the fact that the counselor's there because I can tell her stuff that usually my wife gets mad and walks away.
Mm-hmm.
And the counselor tells her, what do you want him to do? That's how he feels.
Yep.
He can't do nothing about it. This is what is causing him to feel this way. And it's not your fault, But he's trying to communicate with you and let you know that, that's getting him upset.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's up to you what to do with it, too. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm over here trying to realize that, like you're saying, I'm catching myself more often. Like,
Yeah.
this is triggering me. That's triggering me. And for the most part, I'm not a bad guy, man. It's
Look at, man. I've told this to multiple people on my podcast. I've told this to multiple friends. I've told this to multiple people. I just told you right now what I said about this individual.
yeah.
If you were a bad guy, you wouldn't be around my kids.
But you know how it goes, man.
Because I said this one day. I use this as an example all the time with the whole "it is what it is" type bullshit. And I said it multiple times. If I took my kids from their biological mother,
Yeah,
I will take them away from someone who isn't blood.
I like that. Hey, I like that. You fight for yours. You earn yours. Like, man, that's beautiful. But going back to therapy, yeah, man.
Look, real quick. You know why I fight for my, like
Why?
you said? Because no one fought for me.
I heard that, man. I heard that.
So why should I have to explain myself?
Because we live in an era where people seem to have like they feel, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Like they have a privilege.
Okay, look at example. Let's say that a child that was molested as a child,
Yeah.
right, will hold that shit in for 20, 30 years and will
Longer.
never say anything because he's ashamed or embarrassed or it's no one's business, right?
That, and they just think sometimes that's normal and they don't understand
You
that.
know, exactly. So why should I have to explain what my mental illnesses are or what my mental triggers are? Illness.
You should write a
my
diary
mental
and give it to that person.
my mental triggers are.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to Google the word, the term, whatever, and it's an emotion.
It is.
It's an emotion, and it fucking sometimes you say something you don't mean.
Yeah.
So that's why I've caught myself, babe. Don't worry about it. We'll just get there when we get there.
Yeah,
Babe, don't
yeah.
worry about it. We'll get there when we get there. Wait a minute. Let me process this, and then we'll talk about it. My wife has told me this podcast
Yeah.
has helped me a lot. She feels that it's been a therapy for me because I can't go see Tom Prince,
You can't.
but I can talk.
Yeah.
And when it was brought to my attention that I was supposedly bashing certain people on my podcast, 2 individuals came up to me and told me, "You better not quit your fucking podcast.
Nice.
Don't let them push you off of that because I hear your podcast and you never said that.
Yeah.
You never insulted anybody. You never bashed anybody."
I actually know somebody who left the podcast because bashing.
No. I gotta do that for now.
Sorry, man. I forgot.
So yeah, dude, I'm telling you, they came and you better not quit your podcast.
Yeah.
Because you have people that listen to you.
Yeah.
You have people that take your story. Okay, example, like I was telling the guy from Brett, I think it was Brett. Sorry, Brett. From the Can't Quit My Day Job podcast.
Okay, right
like
on.
I was telling him, I'm using TikTok to promote my podcast.
Oh,
I
wow.
have more subscribers on YouTube because of TikTok. I have more downloads.
TikTok. Okay.
I have more downloads on my podcast because of TikTok. Last Monday,
Yeah.
some lady was commenting on my videos.
Oh,
and
no
they're
way.
only 15 seconds, bro. You know those videos you see on
Yeah.
Facebook and
Remember
Instagram?
Vine?
Same thing.
Yeah.
I put that same exact video on TikTok. It's only 15 seconds. Some lady hit me up and she said, "Where can I find your podcast?"
Oh, wow.
Because there's a couple clips that caught my attention and I would like to hear the rest of the episode.
Badass, dude.
Dude, she was like one of the episodes that I did with Officer Ricky. She was like 100%. She agreed on that, on whatever that 15 seconds
I
said.
love Officer Ricky.
She
He's
said-
a cool ass guy.
yeah, he is a cool
What's
guy.
up, Ricky?
But he's not that cool. Fucker wouldn't give me his walkie-talkie last week.
Walkie-talkie.
Every time, dude, I was sneaking in my back pocket, and then he was like, "Fucking Andy." Anyways, we're getting off topic.
All right.
And yeah, she was like, "I would like to hear the rest of your podcast. I'm gonna go to my page and then look at the YouTube link, click on that, and it'll take you to the rest of my podcast." She goes, "I would love to listen to the rest." I'm like, "Cool, thank you."
Nice.
And so, like I said,
And she found you on what?
on TikTok.
On TikTok.
Mhm.
Oh, man.
So we're getting off again.
Sorry.
But no, it's my fault. But again, I was told, "Don't quit your podcast."
Yeah.
The COVID rant was episode 35.
You need to do what you need
We're
to
on
do.
43 now. So
Okay.
that means I didn't quit my fucking podcast,
No,
and I'm
you
going to continue doing this.
Still here. We're still moving.
Hell yeah. So you were saying
Therapy. Yeah.
therapy.
Man. So.
You said that you said that you can say stuff
Without
in front of
being
her
judged.
without being judged or without her having to leave the room because she
Yes.
didn't like what she heard.
Yeah, you know, you're able to tell her, you know what, this is how I feel, and exactly what you say. It's usually routed back to something.
Yeah.
You know, drinking. All my family, my brothers, everybody drinks. To be honest with you, all the older individuals like my dad, uncles, all that, they're alcoholics, man. Let's be honest. For me, I thought it was normal to get drunk, black out, act a fool.
And that was different for me
Yeah.
because I didn't get into drinking because I always saw drunk people act and I'm like, is that how I'm gonna be? And then we heard that smoking releases stress.
Yeah.
So here I am, 14 years old, stressing the fuck out because here we go. We have to move again. Here we
Jesus
go.
Christ.
We have to move again. I think in the 20 years that I lived with my mom, we moved like 50 times, bro. 50. I went to almost every freaking school in Oxnard. You know, in fact, I was with the kids last weekend again. I was like, hey, I went to that school for a little bit. Holy shit, they knocked on the school and they have that. Holy shit, I went to that school. I went to that school. It's I went to all of them, dude.
I hear you, man.
And so cigarettes. So, and they said cigarettes helps with stress,
Yeah.
right? So
It does.
I smoked one cigarette when I was 14 years old, and that was the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted. I didn't get into smoking, no matter how stressful my life was,
Oh man,
because I don't like that one taste. I don't like that at all.
I was smoking for 8 years.
So it's like, fuck this, dude. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is disgusting. No
Well, this is how this
bashing
crazy
on
is.
anybody, but it's
My
just
Nino got me drunk when I was 3 years old. He decided to put alcohol in my bottle.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how deep
that was
it
the 80s, bro. You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, the 80s. Yeah, the 80s. You got a beat down and some beer.
Yeah.
But yeah, therapy, man, definitely goes back. Like for me, it triggers money. We grew up poor.
Same
We
here,
come from
bro.
a little
Same here.
ranch,
Same here.
You know, and my dad used to leave us for 6 months to go to Mexico.
I
by
think that's
himself.
why I have that sheet because it's like we're always so broke that my goal is to make sure that my bills get paid first.
Oh, me and my brother, we should share clothes to go to junior high, all that.
Yeah.
So, for me, I tell my wife it's a big old trigger, and we're working through that. But like going back to therapy, man, it's nice. You think it's gonna be something else, but it's not. You gotta give it a chance, though. It's like anything. It's like going to the gym, trying to learn how to do podcasts. If you're not into it, you're not gonna get no results. So when they say, you know, it's not good, it doesn't work, that's because you got to go in there a little bit with an open heart, I guess, an open mind,
Yeah.
see where it ends up. And like anything in life, you're not going to do it in one day.
No.
This is constantly changing because you become more aware of yourself. You're able to express yourself even more. And I think the best part is you're able to speak to your spouse and kind of understand where they're coming from. I think at times you kind of forget where each other, you're so driven on your own direction that sometimes you forget, like, hey, this is like a freeway. We're both going on the same route.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she knows now what triggers me.
Yeah.
I try to explain to her, and it goes back to, like you said, something like this triggers. It's an impact in your life.
I actually had a friend that told me one day, hey, Andy, I'm going to start seeing a counselor. And I'm like, rule number one is ask them to point out your triggers. And she's like, huh? I'm like, just ask them.
What sets you
I need
off?
to find my triggers.
Yeah.
And I think after her first session, she hit me up. She goes, holy shit.
Right?
Yeah, dude.
I'm
We
all
all
fucked
have
up.
triggers, dude. We all have triggers,
I'm all
man.
kinds of fucked up in the head, man. Nah.
You know, no, we all have triggers,
man.
dude. And it's like, it's up to you to figure out why you get upset about certain things. If you don't know why you're upset, it goes back to your childhood. So guess what? Go and freaking get checked. It's not going to kill you to go see a counselor. Again, I shouldn't have to go on the podcast to fucking tell you what my triggers are. Just don't like it, accept. I don't like it, I don't accept it. Deal with it.
I think you should send like a postcard where your triggers are.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Oh, there's this one guy that I saw. He was like 10 feet or 6 feet 10 or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
And then people came up to him and say hi, and he would give them a business card, and the business card would say, yes, the weather's nice up here. No, I can't. Yeah, you know, like, yeah.
How'd you get it? How's the weather up there?
So pretty much all the jokes that people give, he already had the answers. He already had,
I heard that. You know,
he already had the
never
answers.
heard that
for
one
it.
before. Here's my
Yeah.
card.
And so, no, you're right. We should walk, you know, like, but we shouldn't have to, you know, we shouldn't have to. If we don't like certain thing, accept it.
And that's where you put yourself in somebody else's shoes, man.
Yeah.
It's like the way you try to respect other people is by their actions, by seeing how they do it. You know, the way, I mean, you're a salesman. You know how when people kind of like pushing away from you, you know, and you're like, hey, wait, now come back.
Oh, you reminded me again, dude. See, this is what you reminded me again. There's another story. When we got a rental last weekend, right?
Nice.
Because we went.
What kind of car?
The last 2 weekends we went.
Ferrari?
And got, no,
Lamborghini?
the weekend that we went to Adelanto, we rented a Malibu.
Oh, nice.
This last one was like a sporty type Toyota something.
Okay.
It's a nice little car. But anyways, we go and get the car, and the lady was like, she said something about the car, and I said, yeah, well, you know, make sure that you know this. And then she looked at me like, are you serious? And I'm like, I'm just messing, I'm just playing. I don't know what it was. I think it was the because the cars that now before you rented a car, you would have to return it with a full tank.
Yeah,
right.
You don't want to pay the gas.
So now it's like, I guess they're like, we'll charge you for the gas that the car already has, and it doesn't matter if you bring it back empty. I'm like, okay, cool.
Huh.
So this time they didn't offer me that one. The other week before they did. This time they didn't. So I was like, hey, and go ahead and charge me for the gas. She goes, oh, I didn't want to because I'm not bringing you a car with. I'm not gonna go and have to worry about bringing you the car
Full with the gas, no gas,
or
whatever.
whatever. So charge me for that. Charge me for this, and make sure it has this. I don't remember what it was, but then that's when she looked at me like, huh? Like, I'm just playing. She goes, well, fuck. You said that with so much confidence that I believed you.
I'm like, okay.
I believed you.
Yeah.
So you're right, salesman. It does. It's you talk to people the same way. Like I've learned to speak on the podcast. How many times have you heard me say in this conversation?
All the time.
In this conversation?
I'm playing, man.
Okay.
Come on.
I stopped saying
Yeah.
I catch myself. I freaking repeat the word if I sounds off or like, you know, I don't know.
Become more of a public speaker.
Yeah, it helps. This helps, man. And again, I like it.
Nice.
I'm not gonna quit my podcast because somebody got offended. 2021.
Instead of supporting you, they're rather throw dirt at you.
2021. Everybody gets offended.
Whatever. The council. What is it called? The council.
Pepe Le Pew.
The council. Whatever. What
They want to get rid of Pepe Le Pew and they want to get rid of Speedy Gonzalez.
The council culture. They want to cancel everything.
Yeah.
At first, second of all, dude, Pepe Le Pew was going after he thought that cat was a skunk.
Well, because
so it's not even technically.
Because the cat didn't want to be kissed. He was forcing himself on her.
Well,
that's why they got rid of him.
Well, Pepe Le Pew didn't know it was not a cat. He thought it
but
was
it doesn't matter because Homegirl didn't want it, regardless if she was a cat or a skunk. Homegirl didn't want it. He was forcing himself on her, so that's why they got rid of him.
Forcing himself.
That's the way they're seeing it, bro. But you know
Like
what?
different species.
You know what?
He was trying to be romantic.
That's one of those things that
Jesus
it isn't what it
Christ,
is.
man.
It ain't what it is. The fucking bring that fucking thing back.
What girl doesn't like being held? Come on now. With confidence?
Apparently not that
I can't
cat.
do that no more.
Not that
I've been
cat.
out of the market, but you know what I'm saying.
As a Mexican, do you have a problem with Speedy Gonzalez?
Hell no, that
Same
guy can
here.
work like us, dog. Tell me he doesn't. He put in that time. Yes, sir. No, sir. Let's go get this, sir.
Arriba, ándale,
Yeah, let's
ándale.
get it. You know, hey man, let's stress us up early in the morning.
Oh man.
And that's what I love about. I'm not gonna trash other culture, but a lot of Latinos, you never see them on the freeway asking for cash. They rather go use the same spots for begging. They can make money off of it.
I sold
truly
sold
respect that.
papers at a freaking street
There
corner.
you go, man.
I stole papers
there
for
you go.
like
That's a
2
different kind
years.
of mentality. With
Yep.
people, you can beg for money or you can make the money. So I think for our culture, Speedy Gonzalez, like, come on, man. We're not gonna be like, oh my god, you know. It's like, no, man. It's like, it's fucking Speedy. We grew up with him.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
That's why, like, when I cried when Han Solo died, they're like, why'd you cry? I'm like, we've known that man for 40 years. Why not?
yeah,
Why not?
I love that guy.
Exactly. Anything else on therapy before we end this podcast, buddy?
You gotta continue going.
I've actually thought about going back, but then I got this.
No, I heard you, man. I'm not saying I'm gonna go forever, but I think it's nice to have a little tune-up. I think I'm gonna call that. You know, it's like they tell us every 10 years you change, and I think there's some truth to that. You know, you're not the same person 10 years ago. So
My wife tells me this, that she's noticed my changes.
Nice.
I'm like, you know what? It's funny that you see that, but no one else does. That's the sad part.
you know what's the difference?
What?
She loves you and cares. So I don't know about the other people. I don't respect, man. Come on now. Shit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay, then. In that case, since Ish has nothing else, we will say
Adios.
Ish, like I end every podcast. Thank you for riding with me.
Thank you.
Get your triggers checked, people.
Crazy ass bitch.
Thank you for listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Indie Podcast. You can also listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean.